St. Francis Xavier and at Liverpool University, where he gained the MB and BCH in 1927 and the DPH in 1932. Early in his professional career, he decided to train as a chest physician, and following 2 years as house physician and house surgeon, he became a resident medical officer at Broad Green Sanatorium and later became senior RMO there. Despite his English birth, education and training, he always thought of himself as an Irishman and wished to practice his profession in Ireland. He was enabled to come and settle here when he was appointed medical superintendent of the Dublin Corporation Sanatorium at Cuxley in 1935. This was then little more than an isolation hospital, and he quickly converted it into a modern sanatorium. As might have been expected, he was appointed to the new sanatorium in Balliol when it was opened in 1952. Again, following the death of Dr. John Duffy, he became medical superintendent of the Dublin Regional Chest Hospital at Blanchardstown in 1958, where he remained until he retired in April 1969. His knowledge of pneumoconiosis was remarkable, and he was often consulted about such cases. Such, very briefly, was the professional career of Arthur Walsh. But it tells little of the man himself. Over the years, he never seemed to change. He was always the same, distinguished-looking, well-dressed, tidy, orderly. It was a surprise to notice one day that he was walking with a slight limp and to learn that he suffered from sciatica. It did not seem in character that he should ever be ill. It is never easy to be a medical superintendent of a hospital. Conflict between the medical staff and what we used to call the lay administrators is sometimes unavoidable, and it was in such situations that A.J. Walsh showed his qualities. He was always approachable, always polite, and prepared to listen with understanding and sympathy. When, as superintendent, he found it necessary to give an order, it was given with gentleness and restraint, and certainly his soft answers often turned away wrath. His routine, which never varied, was to visit and speak to every patient within 24 hours of admission. Many of these were old friends whom he had known in Crookston and Balliol, and to many of them he brought a feeling of security in a shifting world of new hospitals, new doctors, and new forms of treatment. During the course of his professional life, Arthur Walsh might be said to have seen the rise and decline of tuberculosis. Even though he did not live to see the end of it as a serious endemic disease in this country, he worked long and well to reduce the morbidity and the mortality due to the disease. That will be his well-earned public memorial. He was a founder, member, and past president of the Irish Tuberculosis Society. Those of us who knew him and worked with him will remember his courtesy and good manners, which seem almost old-fashioned today. His character was summarized by one of his friends as we spoke quietly about him at his funeral. The friend looked around at the large crowd present and said, "Nobody could ever say that Arthur Walsh did him a bad turn." Let that be his epitaph. May he rest in peace, for he often made peace. He is survived by his wife, Celia, daughter Mary, son-in-law, and 2 grandchildren. Pat Logan.
Wow. Now that's, obviously, I had no idea that was there.
No.
So I think we should
copy of that.
copy that, exactly.
I'll scan it.
Well, we have it on, oh, you can... You
and
can
that does describe him. He was
James, would you give him some space?
He was a gentleman in demeanour, in his style, his interest, music, gardening.
No pink
He
kitty.
was quite a person. Really was. And Granny adored him.
Absolutely. Son will
Just, it was really tragic when he died. He just
giving each other
left
a
a year after he retired.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a tragedy.
I have one.
What did you do in the year after you retired?
Well, he had these interests.
Carl.
Carl, please don't mess with
What
pets
he
like
always
that.
had done.
I know. Oh, that isn't just me. It was just mine. He was
Walk every day, he had the dog and the garden and his books and
He's got such little
the opera.
Well, be careful of them as well.
The Dublin Symphony concert. Knew the Tittles very well. They shared Rosie's care.